Have you ever found yourself standing in front of someone who simply refuses to listen? No matter how calmly you explain, no matter how much evidence you present, no matter how respectful you remain, they argue, they interrupt, they twist your words, they attack your character instead of your ideas, and somewhere inside you, a question begins to grow. How can someone be so blind? The answer might surprise you. Intelligent people don't waste their lives trying to answer that question. Instead, they learn something far more valuable. They learn how to protect their peace. Because wisdom isn't measured by how many arguments you win. Wisdom is measured by how many unnecessary battles you never fight. Think about the tallest mountain you've ever seen. Does it argue with the storm? Does it scream back at the thunder? Does it prove its strength to every passing cloud? No, it simply stands, strong, silent, unshaken. That is what true intelligence looks like. It isn't loud. It doesn't crave validation. It doesn't need applause. The strongest people in the room are usually the quietest, not because they have nothing to say, but because they know not everything deserves a response. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that intelligence means having all the answers. It doesn't. Real intelligence means knowing which questions deserve your attention. Every day, life presents you with countless invitations to lose your peace. A rude comment, an insulting stranger, a jealous coworker, a toxic family member, someone trying to provoke you online, someone who misunderstands you completely. Each one places a small invitation in front of you. Come argue with me. Come prove yourself. Come waste your energy. Most people accept every invitation. Intelligent people politely decline. Because energy is life. Where your energy goes, your future follows. Imagine carrying a bucket filled with pure water across a desert. Every argument punches a tiny hole in that bucket. Every unnecessary fight leaks more water. Every attempt to convince someone who refuses to understand drains another drop. Eventually, you reach your destination with nothing left. Not because life was unfair, but because you gave away what was precious. Peace works exactly the same way. Every emotional reaction costs something. Sometimes it costs your confidence, sometimes your focus, sometimes your sleep, sometimes your relationships, sometimes your health. The wisest people understand that protecting their inner world is more important than controlling the outer one. This realization changes everything, because suddenly your goal isn't to make everyone understand you. Your goal becomes understanding yourself. You stop asking, why are they acting like this? And begin asking, why am I allowing this to disturb my peace? That single shift changes the direction of your entire life. Many people believe strength means reacting immediately. They think quick responses show confidence, but nature teaches a different lesson. The lion doesn't chase every barking dog. The eagle doesn't race every crow. The ocean doesn't stop being deep because someone throws a stone into it. True power remains itself, no matter what surrounds it. Unfortunately, society trains us differently. From childhood, we're taught to defend ourselves constantly. If someone insults you, insult them back. If someone disrespects you, prove them wrong. If someone challenges you, fight harder. But this creates exhausted people. People who spend decades fighting battles that never mattered. Imagine if every tree stopped growing every time someone criticized its branches. Forests would never exist. Growth requires ignoring distractions. The same is true for your life. Every minute spent arguing with foolishness is one less minute spent building wisdom. Every ounce of emotional energy spent proving yourself is energy stolen from your dreams. One day you'll realize something remarkable. The people who criticized you forgot about you. The people who insulted you moved on. The people who misunderstood you found someone else to misunderstand. Yet you carried their words for years. Who suffered? Not them. You did. This is why intelligent people travel lighter. They refuse to carry emotional luggage that doesn't belong to them. Someone else's anger? Not mine. Someone else's insecurity? Not mine. Someone else's jealousy? Not mine. Someone else's ignorance? Definitely not mine. This isn't weakness. This is discipline. One of the greatest misconceptions is believing you can change everyone. You cannot. No matter how intelligent you are, no matter how patient you become, some people are committed to misunderstanding you. Some people don't seek truth. They seek victory. Others don't want solutions. They want attention. And some people simply aren't ready to see what you're trying to show them. Imagine trying to explain colors to someone who refuses to open their eyes. Would you keep talking forever, or would you realize the problem isn't your explanation? The problem is their unwillingness to see. This realization is liberating because it removes a burden you were never meant to carry. You are responsible for your actions, not their reactions. You are responsible for your character, not their opinions. You are responsible for your peace, not their chaos. Many people mistake silence for surrender. They couldn't be more wrong. Silence often requires more courage than shouting. Anyone can explode, anyone can react, anyone can lose control. But remaining calm while someone tries to provoke you, that is mastery. Think of a master swordsman. He doesn't swing wildly. Every movement is intentional. Every action has purpose. His greatest skill isn't attacking. It's knowing when not to. Your words should be the same. Don't speak because you're emotional. Speak because your words create value. Don't argue because your ego feels threatened. Respond only if your response improves the situation. Otherwise, silence is often the loudest answer. People fear silence because silence cannot be manipulated. When you stop reacting, people lose control over you. When you stop explaining yourself endlessly, confusion loses its power. When you stop seeking approval, criticism becomes harmless. This is emotional freedom. It doesn't happen overnight. It requires practice. Every day you'll be tested. Someone will challenge your patience. Someone will insult your intelligence. Someone will question your worth. And in that moment, you'll have two choices: react or rise. One feeds your ego, the other strengthens your soul. Remember this: the goal isn't becoming emotionless. The goal is becoming emotionally intelligent. There is a difference. Emotionless people suppress feelings. Wise people understand feelings without becoming slaves to them. They observe anger. They don't become anger. They notice frustration. They don't become frustration. They witness negativity. They refuse to become negativity. Imagine sitting beside a flowing river. Thoughts are like leaves floating on the water. Most people jump into the river, chasing every leaf. Wise people simply watch them pass. Not every thought deserves action. Not every emotion deserves expression. Not every person deserves access to your mind. Your attention is your greatest currency. Spend it wisely, because wherever your attention goes, your life follows. Every morning, you wake up with a limited amount of emotional energy. You can invest it in growth or waste it on drama. You can build your future or fight people who have no intention of changing. The choice belongs to you, and every choice shapes the person you become. One day you'll look back and realize something profound. The moments that changed your life weren't the arguments you won. They were the arguments you refused to have. They were the insults you ignored, the provocations you walked away from, the unnecessary explanations you never gave. Those moments quietly built the strongest version of yourself. Because peace isn't found after life becomes easy. Peace is created by deciding what deserves your energy. From this moment forward, ask yourself one question whenever conflict appears. Will this matter 1 year from now? If the answer is no, smile, breathe, walk away, and continue becoming the person your future self will thank you for.